For more on this, we turn to Ali Ahmed, director of the Institute for Gulf Affairs. Welcome to the show, Ali. Why do you believe Saudi Arabia is acting with such hostility towards Lebanon at this moment? Particularly, why is the accusation that the country has been, quote, kidnapped by Hezbollah significant?
You know, it is true that Hezbollah is in contact and is helping the Yemenis who are fighting the Saudis. That's not a secret. But in wars, the Yemenis who are fighting the Saudi alliance supported by the United States, the UK, France and Spain have the right and naturally will seek assistance from abroad to defend themselves. So that's not really the issue, because that has been an established fact from the Saudi side for a long time. I think this may have both domestic and external, factors. The fact that the Saudis and the Israelis are talking now face to face, secretly, yes, but this could be a price that the Saudis are offering as a gift to the Israelis, and we are seeing and hearing about an Israeli-American-Saudi plan to bomb parts of Lebanon, namely Hezbollah targets by Saudi jets supported by the American and the Israelis.
What do you make of Lebanese Prime Minister Saad Hariri's resignation coming while he was in Saudi Arabia, and the fact Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, says it was not, in fact, their wish for him to go?
It's very clear, all the information that have been gathered and coming out of Riyadh, that Saad al-Hariri is not free. He's not doing this out of his free will. This was an imposed resignation by the Saudis, which is a very, very dangerous step, but they have been able to get away with it by basically kidnapping a sitting prime minister of another country and forcing him to resign, and forcing him and keeping him in detention in the Ritz-Carlton, and deciding what's going to happen in Lebanon. All the indications says that they will bomb Lebanon through flying over Jordan and parts of Syria to bomb parts of Lebanon. And we might see this happening over the next few days.
So you really believe we're on the brink of war at this very moment?
Yes.
Well, what could be the root of this? I mean, the Syrian government is emerging victorious in its battle against foreign, including U.S. and Gulf-backed fighters. How is Hezbollah connected to that development, and how might that be related to Saudi's behavior?
I think the Saudis are frustrated, obviously, with their loss. The battle for Syria has been lost. The battle in Iraq has been lost, so Lebanon is another battle. It's not going to be a battle where the Saudis are trying to change much. This is basically for them to vent their frustration, because they cannot send troops. They can only send jet planes to bomb certain targets and come back. But this will cement the Israeli-American Saudi relations, and I think that is the emerging. If the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is trying to create an opening for a relationship between his government and the Israeli state, so in order to achieve that, the population must see Hezbollah especially as the enemy. So it will be much easier for the Saudis and Israelis to have an open relationship if there is a conflict, an active conflict between the Saudis and Hezbollah. And that's, I think, is the reason. This is a pretext for an Israeli-Saudi relationship.
Well, the mainstream media is parroting the Saudi ruling family, repeatedly describing the mass arrest carried out by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as an anti-corruption purge. Do you believe that's what this is about?
It's not really an anti-corruption, although those people who have been arrested are corrupt. It is part of Mohammed bin Salman's desire to increase his influence and to cement his complete hold on the Saudi state. This was a smart move on his side, because All of these detainees are hated by the population. They are corrupt, and they have taken hundreds of billions of dollars. In this way, he appeases the population, makes them happy. But at the end, he will take that money to carry on his project, either the economic project that he announced, or to cement his relationships with the Israelis and the American. He needs money, and the best way to get the money is from these people, because they have lots of it.
We have about a minute left, Ali. You say we're on the brink of war in the Middle East. What players can we be looking to lead with diplomacy and any hope of peace?
I don't see really any calls for calm. You notice the American statements have been avoiding this issue with Lebanon. In fact, I think Nikki Haley today basically said that, oh, this is a very dangerous situation, and she is basically giving credence and endorsing the Saudi plans to bomb. I think this is not an isolated event. The fact that the Saudis said this is a declaration of war, they are planning something, and like I said, according to my information, the Israelis have provided now the corridor through which the Saudi planes will fly to bomb parts of Lebanon.
Ali Al-Ahmed, very concerning points you raised there. We'll have to speak with you in coming days if indeed this plays out as you say. Director of the Institute for Gulf Affairs, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.